cockney paedophile. He hangs out in the bushes, he pulls people into the bushes and makes them smell his disgusting stink, alright?
Hi guys, and welcome to another cast from your favourite caster, RMK guy, bringing to you the grand final of the Kiwi Challenge Series 2. Expecting viewer participation to be down because, as we all know, TI3 is on at present. But hey, this should be an interesting match to watch later. Once you've finished watching that Liquid versus Tongfu game, you might want to come over and have a look and see who wins this Kiwi Challenge. It is between GD. GD, this is the second time in the second spot podium they've been before, so they're looking to take this out and take this one under their belt, but RMK showing form all the way through, and in fact they defeated the champions in last weekend's quarterfinal, defeating Dai quite resoundly. No competition there. In any case, quick few plugins there for those guys who are in the Auckland Sydney region. If you want to get together and perhaps watch the finals of the TI3 event, there is an event happening in Auckland at the Bluestone Room at 6:30 on the 12th of August, which is a Monday afternoon. It is the semi-finals. It's brought to you by the guys that did Barcraft, the StarCraft 2 type group. I think it's Company of Gamers StarCraft 2 event, as well as the League of Legends event. Both of those being very, very successful, or have been to some of those Barcraft events. Very fun, very social. Just to let you know, it is an R18 event, so if you're looking to come along, and you've got to realise you've got to be 18 to get into a bar. It should be a great afternoon watching that final there. Another plug-in for myself and for Avril. Avril's going to be casting an event, and hopefully I'll be co-casting along with him. It's on the 17th of August. I just have to look at my dates and make sure it's right. Yeah, 17th of August at the iPlay Internet Cafe. It's just at 30th Street, Lion Street. First place being $150 in cash, as well as 5 Razer headphones, which are got approximate value of about $600. So good, decent first prize, as well as $100 for second place. It is a registered event, so you'll need to fork out $10 per person if you want to register early. Otherwise, you'll have to register on the day, and that could cost you just a little bit more. I am RMK, and if you like what you see today, follow, hit subscribe. Just going to give a little bit of a pre-warning. I have had some technical difficulties. Those that were watching last night will realise that I only casted 1.5 of the 3 games last night, and that's just due to my motherboard dying. I've replaced that, so hopefully we won't see any more technical difficulties. But the game's underway, and we're going to jump into it. Hopefully I have a co-caster. Are you there, Avril?
You hoped correctly, because he is here. That's me. Hi, what's going on?
Not much, you know, we're already into the first bans there. We see, you know, that strong Batrider ban being banned out straight away along with Alchemist by GD. They know the power of both of those heroes. In fact, they suffered at the last challenge to very, very strong Alchemist play. But RMK, you know, these guys, they've come through the pool play so strong. In fact, they haven't lost a single match. What do you think about their ban so far?
Again, pretty normal to come in through to this first phase, but I just want to quickly just confirm that there's no lower bracket, upper bracket, right? So this is the game, and no one's coming through the lower bracket, no one's in the upper bracket. This is just a pure grand final.
This is a pure grand final, best of 5 matchup between these two teams. We may see it go to 5 games, but you know, I think this is it's all going to come down to this first game. You know, last Kiwi Challenge we saw GD choke a little bit. They had this very strong start and sort of just choked under the pressure a little bit, I think. You know, I think they've learnt from that, and they're a bit more smarter about how they play now. But you know, it is a best of 5, so yeah, that's it. There's no other games tonight except this, but we do have a captain DC, so we may have to remake.
No, they can just come back. I think they've come back now. But you know, both GD and RMK have both beaten Diet at some stage in the past. Maybe take a few games off them. RMK obviously knocking them out of the tournament, so that's a bit of a step up. So I mean, I haven't personally seen these two teams go up against each other. Don't know what kind of history there is, but RMK obviously showing an extremely powerful games against Diet, really powerful showing against Dying, and GD, well, we've seen them play before, and you know, pretty solid team on their own as well.
Yeah, this is actually the first matchup between both of these teams. These teams never having met in the Kiwi Challenge series yet, so this is their first encounter with each other. I'm expecting this game to go very, very cautiously. You know, we can see there's the Darkseer pickup and the Gyro pickup for GD and the the Life Stealer and the Nyx Assassin. What are you expecting to see in terms of the next set of bans?
Probably gonna look at well, there's Clockwork gone. I mean, it's a little hard to say. It's gonna come down to, I think, both of these teams have had a bit of time to prepare for this one game, for this series of games rather. They've had the week to prepare, and it'll be interesting to see if any of the teams have done any sort of homework on each other. Obviously, given the time that they've had since their last games played, it'd be interesting to see if they've watched each other's games, kind of observed the picks, observed their bans, and observed each other's playstyles.
Yeah, also, I don't know. RMK, they played very, very strong with Clockwork through most of the games that I did manage to catch, and it's been kind of their staple that they've picked up. In fact, that's how they defeated Diet so convincingly, was with all that great execution with the hookshot. So it's quite surprising there to see that they're not going with the Clockwork. In fact, they're choosing to ban him out, and they've actually picked up a Life Stealer, which I don't think they've picked up in this challenge just yet. So you could be right in the sense they've done their homework, they've figured out what kind of team they want to kind of build going into the final against RMK in this case, going against GD, because they've got this this lineup which is not the same as their previous lineups. They had this kind of very similar lineup all the way through. In fact, they've chosen to ban out a lot of supports early rather than the carries. Whereas GD doing more of the standard types of bans that they normally do and pickups, although it's still early games and we're only still halfway through the draft.
It's actually a lot of dry lane supports that they've banned out. They've gotten rid of Shadow Demon and Visage. These are two very, very, very core tri-lane heroes that they've gotten rid of. So obviously weakening the kind of the lineup that GD will have in their tri-lane, whatever they want to pick up.
It's paving the way for Rubik. That's all I can see. I can see there's going to be a Rubik pickup from one of these teams, and that's what I think the ban sort of premises is behind Shadow Demon Visage. Jack's still in there, so they could still ban out Jack. But I'm sensing there's going to be a Rubik pickup here from one of the teams.
Possibly. If anyone's going to pick up Rubik, it'll be RMK at this stage because there's just more abilities to take from the other team. I mean, you got Darkseer, you got Gyrocopter, but who do you have on the other team? If you're GD, picking up a Rubik right now doesn't give you that much.
We could also see Queen of Pain, Storm Spirit, those two heroes still in the pool there. Both of those combo really well with Life Stealer. But I think they're going to pick up, as we say that, Rubik being banned out. So GD's sensing that there is a Rubik support in the mix and looking to ban that out. But now they're in a position here where it's definitely going to be a Queen of Pain or a Storm Spirit pickup, I think, even against an Outworld, because it just combos so well with the Life Stealer.
And as I said, you know, GD knew that if anyone was going to pick up Rubik, it's going to be RMK because they have the abilities that RMK want, and they don't want the Rubik in that field. And now they've given away, they've taken that OD pick, so this is gonna, it's slightly early, but I do feel like they might not have had it if they picked it any later. So now it's going to give RMK a bit of a chance to react to that. Again, with an OD pick, you really have, you know, your two options are either you pick something that can sort of won't win against OD but won't lose against OD, or you're going to go dual mid lane or something like that.
It's going to be Conquer. I mean, we've seen so much play in this event and in recent weeks where OD mid, and as soon as that OD's picked up, it's immediately countered with that Conquer because, of course, you don't need mana to use the Tidebringer on anyone, and it does work very, very effectively. It takes enough off the edge to put the OD in a position where he has to play slightly defensively in the middle and be a little bit careful because of those rotations, whereas before he might have been a bit more, you know, for example, if he's going up against a DK mid, he's going to be a bit more aggressive, he's going to get in the face of the DK a bit more, he's not going to be as afraid of those rotations because he's not going to be suffering much harassment himself. But with the Conquer, I think is what I would do if I was on RK. I'd definitely be looking to pick up that Conquer now, because what else are you going to put mid against OD?
Could be a dual lane mid. It's possible. I'm not going to rule any possibilities out just yet. And you know, they've got the picks. They've got enough picks left that they can still shift their lineup if they want to. So they got Jakira. That's something that they want in their plan. They got 2 more picks left, so they can still if they wanted to, after Lifesteal and Nyx Assassin, to shift their lineup against this new kind of turnaround with the OD pickup, they kind of figured out lanes now. So Darkseid is definitely going to go in the off lane. Gyro's going to be in your safe lane with Bane, and now OD in the mid. So they've got GD kind of figured out at this stage, and now they just need to place all their picks around that.
Yeah, I do like the pickup of Jack. Jack being one of the top 3 heroes you see for those tri-lane positions in support of the lifesteal. I think that's going to work well. They obviously need, probably with Nyx as well. Nyx is probably going to be there. It's going to be all 3 of them. They've only given away their tri-lane. They've got options in the pool. Probably a windrunner for the off-lane, I think.
5 seconds remaining.
I just want to also mention that RMK definitely didn't do any work to try and get rid of the lifesteal hard counters, being that Bane and what's the other one, Beastmaster. So I think they're quite happy to give away these hard counters against lifesteal. Not even really hard counters, but just the lifestealer shut down hero. So I think they're quite happy to give those away. And now they're going to pick up a Clinks, and
5 seconds remaining.
I can sort of see where this is going, because with Clinks, you're going to have that Orchid up, and with the Orchid up, this is how you're going to shut down OD. This is going to be your anti-OD weapon right here with the Clinks. So...
And absolutely good. And in fact, I'm loving this pickup here from RMK. Their pickup being, I think, just on paper, I'm looking at, there's a Bane, there's an OD, and there's a Gyrocopter in the mix, but I very much like this Clinks pickup. He could be mid, he could be in the offlane base, depending on what the last pickup is going to be.
I don't know how well Clinks is going to do against Gyro, though. That's a bit of a problem for me. I feel like Gyro kind of... at a certain stage in the game, will be able to outplay Clinks for quite a while until Clinks gets really decent amount of farm. But then Gyro also gets a decent amount of farm, and it's gonna be interesting to see how that kind of position works. But they won't be seeing each other early in the game because Clinks will be off lane most likely.
Radiant team.
Oh, we see a Warlock pickup and a Lena pickup for those last slots. I'm totally behind RMK in this pickup. I think this is a slightly unconventional but with conventional elements draft, and I like it a lot. I like the addition of Clinks and Warlock. GDs, I like them as a team, but I think their lineup isn't as strong. It is a bit conventional, so you're going to know what to expect out of this play. And on paper, slightly going with RMK at this stage, but hey, it is early games, and the game hasn't actually technically started yet. So let's see how this unfolds.
I mean, it's going to come down to the execution, how the teams play, but at the moment, the way I look at GD's lineup, it looks like, I honestly, it's a very strong early game. I'm looking at this lineup, and you've got your Bane and your Lena. They combo extremely well into that tri-lane, and with the Gyrocopter as well, could be really deadly. Looking at RMK's lineup, I think their lineup will kind of kick in slightly slower than GD's lineup at this stage. It's going to take a bit for this Clinks to get a few items, and all they really have to rely on right now is this tri-lane that they're going to be going with. And they have a couple of options for this tri-lane as well. We don't actually know who's going to go mid yet either, and even then they've got a few options to go mid.
Yeah, GD immediately picking up their items and heading straight for the defensive, the safe lane, to guard out those camps. So they want to make sure they don't get warded out. I do like the addition of the sentry wards and the smoke pickup there. That indicates to me this is strong early game play. RMK picking up no sentry wards. And I've said this a number of times. I think that's a mistake. Since those changes to the observer wards, there's way more reliance on these early game sentry wards, and so I think they have to be very careful. Just to say, GD have to be very careful here, because if they play it wrong, if they get dewarded, or if that early spot out with the sentry ward onto Clinks could dispel not only just first blood but a bit of a disaster if they're not careful.
And in saying that, GD need the sentries more than RMK do, because RMK have the invis heroes. They have the Clinks, they have the Nyx Assassin. Clinks is obviously going to have an invis very early on, so GD are the ones that really need the sentry wards, whereas RMK kind of they're okay with it, but they're not in that dire pressure to say like, hey, we really need these sentry wards because they have invis heroes. And Nyx is going to go mid. So I'm going to see a Lifestealer versus a OD in mid. I haven't seen this kind of matchup before. I don't know how this is going to turn out. It seems to me OD is going to have the upper hand here, but it's going to be hard to say.
Yeah, from memory, he is gonna have the upper hand. I have seen a couple of matches where it hasn't gone his way at all. He gets harassed quite substantially, not being able to rage or use anything. But that means he can build a more passive build as opposed to a more active build, where he can just rely on that lifesteal to carry him through that early game phase. I'm not sure if it will be successful because it hasn't been in the games that I've watched. But hey, these are different players, and those were different games.
They've actually opted to give Warlock the solo lane instead of the Clinks. I don't know. I feel like, personally, your tri-lane's a bit weaker, but the hero that you need to get the farm will get a lot more farm and a lot higher XP gain in the solo, and that's why I feel Clinks is better as a solo, and I think Warlock might have been...
what I think they're going to do is they're going to go for as many early levels as they can afford to on Warlock, and then look to rotate out Clinks early on, so that he can then catch up. They want that early Warlock. They don't want that Warlock to be trailing at all when they go into that team fight situation. They want him to have that 6 as soon as possible. So I think they're just going to be... This is only going to be an early lane phase thing, and you will see Clinks rotate out to that bottom and take over from the Warlock.
I still think Clinks with the XP advantage is going to be stronger than a Warlock with an XP advantage. This is going to be one of your core heroes, Clinks. Warlock isn't going to be one of your core heroes. He never has been. He won't ever be one of your core heroes. And as much as you want your Warlock to have some sort of farm, Clinks is one that you really want your farm on. And we'll just have to see what happens. Clinks is going to find this lane much more difficult than if he went bot.
Yeah, and in fact, I think this top lane of GD's is definitely has the advantage in the form of lockdown. All of those heroes have some form of lockdown, so they could potentially pick off somebody like the Clinks or the Jack. That's there. Not to say that they're not without their own strengths, but definitely I think it's slightly in GD's favour for this top lane. And yeah, you're right, he's going to have a difficult time.
Looking at this mid, actually, we've already got a rotation from Next Assassin, picked up an Invis rune early, has Impale and Mana Burn ready to go, but OD is kind of just hanging back at the tower right now. One thing I do want to mention is this is a really good time to go, because OD has no Astral, no Mana, didn't get any Essence procs, and that's kind of the weakness with this OD pickup, is because, a lot of RNG, they're going to go for the kill right now. Impale to start.
Open wounds! This is going to be first blood, if I'm not mistaken, to at least somebody. No, and the gets away. They don't want to commit.
Top lane as well. Top lane as well has initiation.
First blood. Last blood.
Yeah, that great shutdown with wow, just not even a shutdown, just nuke coming out of GD, and they pick up first blood there on the gyro. That's going to be Bane picks it up, I should say. That's going to be much needed money that they're looking for. They're going to be looking to punish RMK with.
This is not the hero that you wanted to die in the team. You've got a Clinks giving away first blood. And, this is the power of this GD tri-lane that I was talking about. Bane and Lena, these two heroes actually work pretty damn well. And comboed with Gyrocopter's Rocket Barrage, that's going to be a lot of damage early on. This is what I was saying with this very powerful tri-lane to start with. And RMK's tri-lane just not having the same kind of power.
Yeah, we are coming up to the 5-minute mark. We should, if I'm right, we will see a Warlock come top as soon as he picks up that 6, allowing that Clinks to sort of go back to bottom and try and get some free farm. But that's what I'd be doing if I was in their shoes. But again, I'm not playing.
I do want to also mention that Bane's doing really well against this Clinks. He's just spamming Enfeeble on Clinks, so making it so much more harder for Clinks to get any last hits. And this is actually very key. They're going to initiate straight on Gyrocopter. Ice Spark! Oh, it's just going to catch on the tail, but he really wanted to hit earlier. Meanwhile, Enfeeble, just every time, straight on this Clinks, he's got such low damage, it's just... He can't get any last hits with this.
In fact, he's doing 0 damage. Minus 54 means that he's doing negative...
Well, he does have Searing Arrows, though.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He could do, yeah, and he does almost get some last hits there, but it is difficult for him. Yeah, he's not as easy. He's having a difficult time, as you pointed out earlier on. That's what you expected to see, And Warlock now has the 6. This is their opportunity. I think this is where they need to start maximizing this. There should be a TP
Good
to top.
Counter initiation. Good counter initiation by the Jakiro there. giving Jacob a lot of damage as well. So, you know, I think RMK is starting to feel the pain of not allowing their Clinks to go bottom like they should. And Clinks is overextended once again. Jakiro saving their support, or maybe not really, because Lena still managed to get a stun off. Or actually, Bane very low this time. Will he tick down? Yes, he will.
But it may come at the cost of Jinkira, though, yeah. Ice Path.
Very good Ice Path.
Oh, they can't follow through. Not enough mana. They can't follow through to kill him off. Jinkira goes down. It's a 1-for-1 basically, but you know, at least they got somebody.
And this would be a very different story if Clinks went bottom. Clinks right now would be the hero with level 7 and 27 last hits probably. And this is the thing, I still can't agree with Clinks going top. The tri-lane at top, just personally, isn't strong enough to beat the other tri-lane. It was always going to be defensive. They're going an offensive tri-lane with a weaker lineup. And just looking at that, I think you were either going to run Nakes in this tri-lane, or, you know, you weren't going to do this tri-lane. Because they didn't run Nakes in this tri-lane, they still went for the tri-lane. I just think it was a very weak decision and it's going to cost them.
In saying that, they're not doing too bad for CS. It is all very, very close. There is some obviously some differences between them. I think Dire is sort of grouping better to Weld, doing slightly better. Oh wait, we have initiation on the top lane. Flat Cannon, Ice Path. They're looking for blood. They're going to try and get him, but he does get away. There's a sentry ward there. Will this be the death of Clinks? Will he realize it's there or not?
If you look at CS in this top lane, it's Gyrocopter with 32 for 9, plus 3 more denies, so it's 32 for 12, and then on RMK side, you have Clinks with 20 last hits, so you've got 22 for, what is that, 8. 22 for 8, so you're a full 11 last hits behind on this tri-lane on the RMK side.
Yeah, I honestly thought that they would rotate this Warlock out, you know, just looking for that early level 6 so they can use the pushing power in that tri lane to at least shut them down, but he's still in the bottom lane, still going 1-to-1 against this this Darkseer, and I think, you know, you're right, this is going to work against them. I thought they had some great strategy there, but it doesn't seem to me that they do it all. They've just left this Warlock to get as many levels as they can, and at the cost of one of their core heroes that carry in the form of Clinks.
Yeah, you have a level 4 Clinks versus a level 8 Warlock. This could have been your Clinks. This could be your level 8 Clinks right now. And, you know, if Warlock rotates, so is Darkseer. They're just going to both rotate. It's not going to be, you know, it's not going to be that effective, and Warlock's going to blow ulti in the bottom lane already.
Yeah, that was a bit of a. I think that was a bit of a knee-jerk reaction. There was no need to drop that ult, waste that ult on just one single hero who's going to get away quite comfortably.
He can jungle with it now, I guess. That's what he's going to do with that.
Yeah, and he's going to have to retreat. In fact, he's beaten defeat back to base. When are we going to see rotations? This is what we need to see.
On middle lane, actually, Nakes, the life sealer, almost getting destroyed by the ulti from OD.
Has come to Radiant's bottom tower.
Which is what I wanted to mention, is that in this middle lane...
oh, great initiation on top. There's an Ice Path followed by an Impale. It looks like he's going to mana it off. Can he finish it? No, here comes the Gyro Flat Cannon. That sentry would revealing him just as he runs out. And his TP's coming in.
He's going to come in. Warlock.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Let's go. No ulti though, because he blew it earlier.
It doesn't matter.
We'll find Lena. And now Clinks will find Gyrocopter. Bane gets caught straight in that Ice Path. Too close to tower though. No initiation.
Well, very, very well done there. I think GD, or I should say RMK, managed to take the advantage out of that particular fight, killing 3 for 2. So well done to them. Most of this has been picked up by Clinks, which is great because now he's level 7 pretty much, and so that's a good swing in their favour. Unfortunately, that like we already said, Warlock had wasted that ult. If he hadn't, that could have been an amazing play there.
They could have turned that into a push. This would be a push on T1 right now if they wanted to. and Warlock's gonna have to rotate back now. But I'm glad we saw Warlock rotate, because you gotta throw that many levels and that much XP on a support. I mean, I want to see him do something with that, and he's not a core hero that's just gonna sit there the whole game farming. So I'm glad that he's finally rotated.
OD has DD, and he's looking for something. I think he wants to, yeah, he wants to try and right-click down this Lifestealer, but he doesn't have Orb yet, so he's not going to be doing as much damage as he thought he would be doing.
No, he can't, because he knows Warlock's there. It's two heroes, he doesn't want to take the risk. He doesn't know what Warlock has. But what he will do is just get a lot more intel. He's sitting on 200 damage at the moment. Mech is already up at 11 minutes. Strong team item up. T1 tower for RMK down at the bottom. Darkseer claims the tower.
But Warlock's ult is now up. He could potentially rotate into the top lane for this team fight, but it looks like he's just going to beat the feet down to bottom, where they're already sort of counter pushing. I think this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to do something. What is it? Is this a Warlock carry team? It seems to be the case, because he's picked up a hand of Midas.
You know, it could be that, but what I think it is that he's just pressing his advantage that he got at bottom. If you're going to give a solo lane like that, you know, it's not really a bad pickup, because now he has a chance to do something with that. And actually, Warlock wanted to initiate on the middle lane. He wanted to initiate with a chaotic offering, but it just wasn't. Just got Astral before he could let it down. Lena support will come through. Sentry Ward comes down as well. They want to spot this Clinks, but he's already gone.
Radiant's top tower is
Some really good warding by GD, you know, saved their lives basically, and now Clinks is going to come back in. Will he try and find a kill here? Gonna put a lot of hits on Bane over here, but cooldown's going to turn them back to their tower.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, they do the Astral Imprisonment down, and also the ult. Two ults going down on top of each other, and this is going to be a dead Warlock if he's not careful. One right click away. Can he escape? OD's going to dive. He's going to go for it. He wants this Warlock. He doesn't want him to escape, and this could be bad if someone.
He can totally dive.
If someone rotates in.
The only thing Warlock has to do is run through trees, and somebody needs to rotate, but no one's doing it. Somebody's got a TP. Warlock's still here. Here we go. One TP's coming through.
And that's all she wrote. Great duking there by the Warlock. Unfortunately, you know, all that diving, all that.
Top lane's hilarious. This Golem's still chasing Lena. Damn, the Golem actually regens pretty damn quick. Look at its health. Good play by the Warlock in mid. Very good play by the Warlock in mid.
Yeah, like I said, you know, OD chasing and chasing, just couldn't find it. Great opportunity for some TPs to come in and pick him off, but we only saw that one TP from Nyx coming, but that was all it took to drive him away and probably save that Warlock.
Nyx Assassin now level 6. He's probably had level 6 for a while actually. Now the roam will start. You have two invisible heroes. Nyx will roam first, and Clinks is going to go back to a bit of a farming. Actually, he needs to get this farm up because his lane wasn't good. You know, if he had Warlock's farm right now, he'd be doing really well. And if you look at like last hits at the moment, GD, you know, they're pretty high up there. Only Lifestealer kind of keeping up at the moment, but everybody else just not really having a good time.
No.
Not even Warlock, really.
Nightmare onto Clinks, but there's no follow through.
There's going to be 5 heroes top lane very soon. Odie's going to drop on top of Clinks very soon. Oh, but he gets the invis off just in time. Nyx Assassin here to help. Shakira coming out. Macropire straight on there. Vacuum will take him backwards. Laguna Blade takes him down. Nyx Assassin runs in there with Carapace. Gyrocopter will go down. A lot of deaths on this RMK side.
RMK taking a 4-man lice basically for just one Gyrocopter. That is not good news for RMK. They lost their primary carry there in the form of Lifestealer. So did GD, but I think that just went completely in GD's favor. They'll be happy to give up that one kill for 3.
what they really needed there was Warlock. I didn't see Warlock in the last fight, but he didn't have ulti anyway. If they had Warlock up there, they had Warlock's ulti, I think that would have been totally different.
Radiant's middle tower.
Yeah, that's what you want. You're expecting to see Warlock use his ults on these team fights, TP when they need him, and to drop those rocks at the right time. But we've seen him use it on these very small engagements off to the side, and he's used them effectively. But it's just that it's not where you expect him to be using those ults. And perhaps that's GD's strategy. They're looking to bait out these rocks where they can, so that they know they can safely team fight.
Yeah, I mean, it is that factor as well. It's a timing factor, and it's that, GD realized that maybe, Warlock ulti's down.
Jack's out of Jack's out of position. He's used to use his ice wall to try and stop the Surge Nightmare from catching him. So he does get away. Good use of that ice wall, ice path.
Doesn't actually pick up a level of Fiend's Grip though. I don't know. That seems like a mistake to me. That seems like an ability that you just can't miss at level 6 as a Bane. Like, it's far too good to miss. And he picks up a level 2 of Enfeeble instead of getting a Fiend's Grip, and waits till level 7 to get a Fiend's Grip. I mean, it's a very small thing, and they're in the lead at the moment. But I still feel like it's a mistake, regardless.
Yeah, meanwhile, we see Clinkz now going to the bottom lane, picking up a reasonable amount of farm. He's building his way into that Orchid very, very slowly. In fact, it's going to be at least another 5 minutes before he completes that Orchid. Lifestealer
slowly is the key word.
Lifestealer doesn't have an armlet yet, but he does have phase boots. So, you would expect to see him have partially way towards an armlet, but he's not even there. Warlock building, just finishing mech. So I guess they're expecting a lot of work from this Warlock.
Well, he's going to be going mech pipe. He's going to be building a lot of core items on this team. You got a Midas on Warlock, he better go to work and he better get these core items up because it's up to him. He got the solo lane, he got the solo farm, solo XP, he's got the Midas. Yeah, he's basically going to buy all the items for this team.
Yeah, I think GD had the upper hand here. I think their laning was very, very smart. RMK's lacked a little bit, and as a result, I think the RMK's late game heroes aren't going to be as effective until probably sort of post sort of 35 minutes. Whereas I feel here that this Gyro, he's getting close to what he wants to achieve, and he's going to be up and running a lot earlier. Same as this OD.
Yeah, this game is going to have to go quite deep into the late game. For RMK to really come back now, because Gyro is doing extremely well with his level of farm at the moment, and it doesn't seem to be slowing, and it will just get more and more. Lifestealer inside Clinkz, here we go, now they want Gyrocopter. Cooldown will come down. Can't seem to catch this guy though. Phase boot so fast.
Even with the open wounds, he looks like he's going to get away, and there's a flame strike that's going to save them. And he does get away. He's not going to turn. He's feeling like it's about ready to chase.
Cooldown was the turning factor in that game. Without the cooldown, Gyrocopter would have totally been dead because Clinkz would have just kept on going, kept on attacking. And
Lifestealer is going to find Lina though. All he needs to do is open wounds and right click, and Lina has no way of escaping, having already used his stun. There was a rotation.
Consolation prize.
Yeah, there was a bit of a rotation there to try and save Lina, but they went the wrong way.
Got a T1 tower for their work as well. And this is kind of what they need to do to get get their way back into this game. Find some pickoffs. Use your invisible heroes. You have a Nyx assassin. You have a Clinkz, and you have a Nyx that can hide in either of these heroes. That's what they need to do right now. And if they can find these small pickoffs like that, they can crawl their way back into this game.
Yeah, they're definitely not out of this. No one's again. They're not down and out. That's for sure. They've got this potential, especially with this Warlock, with this Jack, to really lock down and set it up for the rest of the team. So they have the team fight there. In fact, I think they
actually. If you look at gold, you could argue that they pretty much have caught up because in terms of XP, they're actually ahead right now.
Tend to your wounded,
yeah, picking up those 2 extra kills, picking up that mid tower at the same time. Well done, well played. Good efficient play has managed to give them back an item. But in terms, they're still a little bit behind items. Only really getting.
It doesn't really feel like they're ahead right now. We could see an engagement very, very quickly. GD not really wanting to engage at the moment. It doesn't feel like RMK's ahead. but I don't know. The graphs say that they are ahead, but honestly doesn't feel like it because GD's presence on this map, their map control, their level of presence going into these team fights is at the moment looking so much stronger, and it just honestly doesn't feel like RMK really is that far ahead.
You've got to realize that the graphs tell you what the net worth is, and it's all mainly in Warlock at this present time. In fact, you know, look at Warlock. He's sitting at top at 7-4. It's not on those carries where you'd expect it to be. And there is an engagement in the middle. There's a Fiend's Grip going down into Warlock. Open wounds and a wall.
Gonna be a big mistake for either of these heroes to engage.
RMK getting caught off.
Supports are down.
Yeah, RMK getting caught off. That
okay.
That critical.
Golem was just off cooldown.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
was just a little bit.
That critical pickup of the Warlock, I think, was what gave them the confidence to go in and also get the Nyx, or it's the other way around, I should say. GD deciding not to commit and just to back out, having, as I say, RMK deciding not to miscast there. RMK deciding not to commit and to back out while those ults are up. Ops are down now. They have Warlock ult, so as soon as this Warlock's back up, they will be looking for a team fight, but they're going to lose a tower as a result.
And now it's all going back in the way of GD. I mean, RMK had a few good pickups, had a few early kills there.
Oh, and they smoke really up. There's a smoke there. And they're looking for blood. They dodged this bottom lane, looking for somebody in mid or bottom. Don't know if they're going to find anyone, but
they
at least
also got pipe now. This is a really big item. They've got pipe now on their team.
They're really hunting. I don't know if they're going to find anyone.
They see Clinks. Yeah, they're looking for Clinks right now. They're looking for Clinks really badly, and he has no idea what's going on, but Lena reveals herself just a bit too early.
What it used to be, that is for certain.
Oh, big mistake there. If all they did was just allow the Bane to get in there with the Surge and a Fiend's Grip, that's it. That would have been it, but Lena coming in from the side, that just revealed their smoke way too early.
Yeah, unfortunate play there by the Lena, by Fresco. Probably didn't realize he was going to be the first one in to reveal himself. Was hoping it was probably going to be Bane, but it's just unfortunate. They see Nyx go and pick up their rune. They want him, but do they have the detection to follow through with?
I want to say there's one huge mistake GD are making right now. They're doing a lot of this 5-man roaming, and meanwhile RMK are farming. They're farming really hard while this 5-man group of GD are just grouping around.
Oh, there's the Nyx bomb. There's a Nyx bomb, but it's not enough damage. In fact, this could go very badly.
What's going on? They better choose someone. Nice
vacuum and a wall. But there comes the rock!
They wanted the golem, they found it!
Mega kill!
Oh, that was the game changer that we were looking for the entire time. We're like, where's the golem? Every team fight, you need the golem. Where is it? They found it this time. 3 heroes, bam, quad kill.
Yeah, the power of that golem coming through right when they just needed it. You know, they did kill off that Bane very early and had the upper hand, but it could have still gone badly. They did lose one person, but yeah, the quad kill, and now they're going to pick up a tower and possibly to put some damage down into this tier 3.
You know, they're not going to be able to have time to get into this tier 3. Too many heroes will spawn in time. I have to say, getting that early Bane kill in some way helped them quite a bit, because the mass disables on Bane were gone. There's no way for Bane to keep all of their core heroes out of there. So that was a very, I think, decent pickup early on in that team fight. But definitely the Warlock Golem making all the difference in that team fight. I think he even needed to be there quicker and use it a bit earlier. Because there were a few times where I looked at that team fight and I thought, oh, anyone on RMK could really die at this point. Like, it's kind of close, but Warlock just got there in the nick of time. I think he needed to be there just a bit earlier next time.
And now you can see the grass all going in the favour of RMK, leading quite substantially in XP, and just leading slightly on gold. You know, this advantage in terms of gold and items GD now lost due to that just bad execution on that last team fight.
They're all chasing Nyx Assassin now. I want you to just check out Warlock's new item pickup at the moment. I think, you know, if you're going to give a Midas to Warlock, this is what he can do.
Yeah. Their strategy is obviously to put in a lot of faith into this Warlock in terms of the team fight. He has got this Agnum Scepter, so it's going to be 2 golems. He probably is going to go into something else, like possibly even a refresher, which sounds very pubbish, but it's going.
He should go into pipe. No, he's got his big Agnum's item now. I think their team just needs very strong core items at the moment. They're still looking for a pipe at this stage. And, you know, they got the urn, they got the drums, they got the mech, and now they really want a pipe.
Lifestealer building that basher, having completed the armlet. Awkward though, however, on Clinks, this is even bad, even worse. Yeah, it's a strong bad. It's even worse news now for GD. They're going to be fighting 2 golems, and one of the heroes, potentially OD, is going to be orchided out. So this is the next team fight. I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to go all in RMK's favor. You know, but I guess it does come down to execution.
I have to say, you know, GD, they're doing, on one hand, the correct thing and also the incorrect thing at the moment. Just a while ago, we saw them once again group up as 5, and what that means is RMK's going to out-farm them. Out-farm them with EXP and gold at the same time, but if they go solo, if their heroes spread out too much, Clinks is going to find pickoffs. Clinks and the Snakes and the Snakes Assassin, they're going to find pickoffs because Clinks has got the core item now. So
yeah, I'm expecting.
It's kind of dangerous.
I'm expecting to see
also reveal the Sentry mid.
a Clinks Nick spawn very, very shortly. I think that's what they're going to be looking for with this initiation. That's what I'd be going for, you know, and then follow that up with
some really good warding. There's some really good warding by GD here. But basically spotted everything, all of their movements at the moment, and they're going to group around this top T3, I think, at the moment, or they're going to group around somewhere.
There is a next bomb ready, and then he's vented it up. He's looking for this initiation where he can. GD being very, very cautious. They are going to put themselves in a bad position if they get anywhere near this this next assassin, and they're going in as a team.
Just take another team fight.
They're going.
Just take another team fight. You've got a big chaotic offering, Agnum Scepter. This is a good time for you to take a team fight if you're RMK right now. And I feel like if you're GD, you got to shut down this Warlock straight away. You basically stop him from using this ulti if you can. Bane will be your key hero to do that. And I like this usage of illusion to spot. Clinks finds somebody, but Astral straight away. Now they want him dead. So much damage going straight on top of Clinks. Chaotic offering catches 2 heroes. Double golem. Lifestealer will go into the mix. Who does he want to kill? Gyrocopter will be the pickup that he really wants, but can he catch him?
Oh my god, they're gonna get away. No, and they get picked up by Jack! Well played there.
Mistake by Clinks, I feel.
But
I mean, it was a good team fight, but Clinks just too greedy there. Far too greedy, going straight into there. On one hand, it kind of baited out the other team a little bit and won them the team, but on the other hand, it was a bit too greedy.
Right, yeah, I was going to say, it's a great bait. You know, all those ults went down basically onto Clinks, which freed up the rest of the team just to come in and basically clean up, and that's exactly what we saw. I don't know if that was intentional, but they converted that very, very well.
They should look for another pickup right now. Jakira will catch Lena. Darkseer blinks in vacuum.
But he's going to go down to golems.
Next has to be really careful. Triple kill, but just kind of mistimed the toggle a little bit there. Ooh, gets the Astral off. Now Warlock's going to be in trouble. Get the Midas off before you die. Yeah, that's good. That's what he wanted. Get the Midas off.
Much like cordwood before axe's axe.
Oh, he survives the rocket.
Odie doing a lot of good work here. He not only does he get the damage down, but he does stick around for quite a long time.
It's very hard to kill now with the combination of mech and 4-staff. You know, he's not easy to kill. Very good dust by Bane there. I think it was just like a reflex dust. Oh, Laguna Blade.
They're now looking to convert as many of these guys into kills. He gets with the Astral Prison. Can he get the Flame Strike off? He does. This is going to be a dead Jack. No problems.
Dyer's middle tower.
That's a good turnaround from GD. Very good turnaround from GD. You know, they lost the top team fight, and you know, RMK kind of overextended a little bit, and they turned those into kills. So.
And I just want to say, no buybacks from GD at all during that fight.
It's gonna be Roche.
This should be Roche. They should be pushing the advantage now. This is their chance to take the game back to RMK while they've got those two heroes down.
I think RMK know exactly what's going on, but the
Warlock.
stop it. That's another question.
They can.
Golem is up. Just remember, Golem's up, but he has to go in there to use it. He has to do it right now. Oh, that's a bad idea. The amount of damage coming through from both teams is ridiculously high at the moment. GD will be the ones that find kills though. Oh, Klinks is trying to chase down a hasted Bane, but that's not a good idea. Bane turns around though. Rage with the open wounds, but Surge will counter that. Good play by the Darkseer. Good turnaround by RMK at this point. They lost 2 heroes and they picked up 2 heroes, but they did lose the Roche.
Now they also lost the third hero. They lost the third hero, which is in the form of the Nyx. He went down earlier. The Lifestealer, he went down early and brought back. So
brought back?
yeah,
Oh,
so that actually probably went slightly in the favour of the GD, given that they picked up that Roche as well, yeah. So not all bad news. I think that you know, both teams not getting under the weather, realizing that, you know, when they're on the back foot, making good calls to turn when they need to turn, and both of them turning it around very, very well.
Lena's going to pick up a Gem of True Sight, though this could be a very important item. Very poor choice if you lose this item, but otherwise it's going to be very good. Got Nyx next, and Klink's coming through from the back. Shakira's going to come back.
OD gets orchided, but it looks like he's going to get away. Meanwhile, they're going to pursue Jack. They're looking for this Lifestealer. Lifestealer's trying to get away. He uses the rage. He gets free gripped. This is devastating for RMK. They try to get that OD. Yeah, they try to get that OD. They put all their damage down onto him. He was down to 100 hit points. They could have finished him off, and instead they lost both Jack and Lifestealer instead.
Oh, it looks really good, but I mean, Mick and Forstaff, he's really hard to kill. He's very hard to kill, actually.
Tower is under attack. Radiant's towers are fortified.
And you know what? They still have the Aegis. They're gonna press their luck. They're gonna push this tier 3 tower. They're feeling very confident, and now all of them are there as well.
Chaotic Offering won't be up for another 20 seconds. In about 20 seconds, this will be very dangerous to push. Oh, but the initiation, though, is so good.
No, Ice Path. Ice Path, they need to get out. They need to back up. They need to retreat right now. Chaotic Offering is going to be 5 seconds. 5 seconds.
He's going to drop it.
This is the opportunity he was looking for. They're going to get the Gyro. Here comes the Offering. No, he gets Nightmare. Exciting and big plays on both teams. GD need to back out. They need to regroup. They need to rethink their strategy slightly. Kind of throwing the Aegis away, I guess, a little bit. But you know, they did get out. They did get that tier 2 tower. They did get a number of heroes, and they stabilized quite substantially. Look at that graph. It's gone down to them only being 1,000 XP behind, but they are still trailing by 4,500 gold.
Big turnaround from GD. It's moved the graph in their favor, not completely. RMK, I still feel, have a very good hold on this game. They just, another very strong team fight. It's going to mean a world of difference. And now Klinks is going to BKB pick up. This is very, very important. It looks like they're actually going to find Darkseer here. Here we go. Oh, he blinks out. Is that a reflex blink? It must have been. He had no idea. And now RMK are thinking, do they have a sentry? How do they see me? How do they know? 100% reflex blink.
Yeah, I just want to talk quickly about this Klinks. He's come back up through the net worth. He's managed to pick up quite a number of kills, and they're now only a couple of thousand gold behind Gyro, and they're going to have this massive gold advantage if they can actually shut down Gyro in the next team fight.
He's going to go for a refresher. He's already got the Perseverance, he's already got the Oblivion stuff.
And
I do want to mention something though. Something I know about this team is that Bazaar, who's currently playing the Warlock, is actually their carry hero. Their carry player, rather.
Wow, and there's great abilities. There's a cooldown, there's a Golems, there's a Vacuum and a Wall. Darkseer finds his death, as well as Lena. Can they find more? RMK hunting. Oh no, and they oh, GD.
Oh, uphill arrow. Team down.
And this is gonna be, yeah, this is gonna be Rax in the mid.
The entire engagement, Next and Clinks were chasing down the OD. They didn't care about anybody else. I don't care what your other teammates are doing. We just want the OD dead. And the entire time it went for that OD, the other 3 heroes went for the other 4 heroes on the GD side.
Yeah, this is going to be double Rex. This is not going to be a single Rex. They're going to ignore this second Rex in the mid and go immediately for the top melee. This is effectively GG here, I think. I mean, how do you come back from this? They're going to be double Rex, if not triple Rex, and potentially thrown before all of the team are up. There's no buybacks. And GG called. Well played by RMK, who were behind on the back foot, came through at the mid-game phase. Excellent plays there. Big plays. Big plays from both teams.
Just up and down on that graph. It went both ways so many times in the duration of that game.
Yeah, well played. Amazing game, and that is game 1 of the best of 5 going to RMK. Will they go through 3 games in a row? We'll soon find out, I guess, in 10 minutes' time, when we see game 2 of this grand final for